This is Azure.
A newly released character in the brand new update. But is he really that good? And be absolutely terrified from Azure. Or is Azure buns and just for the lore? Because today I will be ranking every single Azure move on a tier list. Now, if you're watching, please subscribe. Like, shout out for this person for subscribing. Now let's begin. This is the first move, Perforating. Azure slashes forward, dealing 22 damage, having a 1.8 second cooldown and a windup of 0.22 seconds. Azure also has one of the longest hitbox lengths, except he's tied with Nosferatu.
But like, who cares?
So Perforating is just the M1, probably between A or B tier. Nothing really special about this move. So probably a B tier, but I mean this is the main attack. So A it is. This is the next move, Seeker Bulb. It can either get placed on a wall or the ground. When it senses movement nearby, it starts firing at you, dealing 4 damage per shot. It only fires at the survivor that triggers it. Additionally, it applies a new affect called Atropa when hit. When survivors get out of radius or noise cancels out, the Seeker Bulb stops firing for 1.5 seconds. Although Seeker Bulb also can easily get countered if walking next to it. In other words, Seeker Bulbs can also be paused by a short mini-game that looked straight out of Fish. This sets the plant in a blooming state which lasts 30 seconds. Fortunately, there can only be 3 Seeker Bulbs at all times. If more than 3 are placed at once, the oldest Seeker Bulb will disappear. These plants are great for blocking off an area, limiting the survivor to their space. So in that in mind, I'm probably going to place Seeker Bulb also as a A or B tier. But then it could just be stopped, and this just gives guest main an extra objective to do. So, I'm giving this a B tier. I mean, if I were you, I'd stick to John Doe. John Doe's is just better. This is the next move, Stigmatize. A cooldown of 15 seconds. A windup of 0.8 seconds. After the plant gets summoned, it will have a brief 1.2 second wait time before trapping survivors. After that 1.2 seconds, it will try to capture the nearest survivor. If hit, the vine will hook the nearest survivor inwards, pulling them in a short distance, making them unmovable. If the survivor gets pulled for more than 5 seconds or takes more than 10 damage, they will get set off with speed 2 for 1 second. If the vine misses it or hits a survivor, it will take a recharge of 6.5 seconds before trying again. Now let's talk about its counters. It can get canceled by that same mini-game, also by eating a ghost burger, also by N7N clones, also by juking it. Stigmatize is basically just like digital footprint for blocking off main attractions, such as generators. This one is hard, probably between B or C tier. Like, isn't digital footprint just better? You can't avoid digital footprint by walking or eating a ghost burger. So I'm going to put it as a B tier, behind Seeker Bulb. This is the next move, N's Triangle. Cooldown 25 seconds. Azure stops sprinting and charges a tentacle, with about a wind-up of 1 second. This allows the Perforating button to change into Shoot. Now when you press Shoot, Azure stretches his tentacle out, grabbing onto the survivor. Upon that, it also does 10 damage, holding him up like this. Now the Perforating button changes once more from Shoot to Throw. Now you have the ability to throw the survivor around like a toy. This does 5 damage. Also, Azure will get Helpless Eye for 4 seconds and Slowness 2 for 2 seconds. Also, when thrown, the impact knocks out survivor in the radius of 20 studs. On top of all of the facts I've talked about this move, Azure's stamina is reduced by 75% recharge speed for the duration of this move. Now, this move only does 15 damage, which probably deserves a F tier. But no, there's one more fact. Thrown survivors also trigger nearby plants. Now we can create some pretty cool trap with that. Easy now, you can probably tell he's a trapper just like John. Stigmatize is basically just like digital footprint. Now let's move on to the second form. This is the move that allows the transformation in Fluorescence. When used, a golem blooms from the ground. This takes 4.8 seconds. It just looks so insane. After that, Azure will be able to freely walk around with the golem. It's just like Double Trouble, but you're controlling both of them. The golem's lifespan is about 45 seconds. Very short. But this can be paused by using the next move, burrowing. Teleports you back to the exact spot you transformed in about 1.8 seconds, pretty much like a 2-time ritual. On the other hand, the golem becomes pure stone. This pauses the lifespan. To go back in golem form, burrowing turns into control. Control takes about 1 second to perform. Now you're a free golem again. Now about the golem stats. Golem regular speed is 9. Azure regular speed is 925. So a little difference there, but that all adds up. Because the max sprinting speed of golem is 30. That's 2.75 studs faster. But then again, there's always a bad part. The golem's max stamina is only 50. Azure is 110. That's a massive difference. By the way, both golem and Azure gain and lose the same amount of stamina per second. Fluorescence probably deserve a S tier. It's just really unique. And burrowing gets a place in the B tier. Now this is the next move, Pummeling. Azure swipes his claw forward, dealing 26 damage. Cooldown 2.4 seconds. Windup is 0.35. Also, the hitboxes look like Behead. Nothing special about this move. It's just the M1 for golem form, and his main M1 is way more important. So, probably one behind Perforating. But then Pummeling does 4 more DMG. So I'd say in front of Perforating, my video, my rules. This is the next move, Blooming. Azure smashes the ground with his hands. This creates an impact, dealing damage up to 35 depending on where you are. The closer you are to the center of impact, the more damage you take. Like right here, you would only take 33. So I'm gonna around B or C tier. I played around with Azure and I couldn't even land a single shot with Blooming. It's just my skill issue. So B tier it is. This is the next move, Unearthing. Windup of 0.8 seconds. After that, 0.8 seconds, Azure will stomp the ground and send a straight shockwave forwards, dealing 15 damage. The shockwave also leaves a trail of rocks. So Unearthing is just like Corrupt Nature, but you can walk through the spikes. Walking over the spikes reduces your movement by 70%. Now I would give this like a D, but come on, look at this knockback. This is probably a B or C tier also. But like when you use Unearthing, why does it make the survivor go farther from you? Aren't you supposed to chase them? And you saw that knockback? C tier, bro. Finally, tier list here. And as you disagree with me, don't take it personal. It's just my opinion. Thanks for watching. Comment if you want more video like this. Or should I just stick with challenges?